Vous êtes en direct. OK. Caméra plus. Ouais. Et là, on va chercher. Ah,
ils étaient là.
Ouais.
Attends, je les ai là. Voilà, Gonzalo.
Non, non. Là, on va prendre d'abord Seb Daniel.
Seb Daniel. Alors attends, annuler ici. Hop. Voilà. Et là. Et donc je vais caméra plus, c'est ça?
Oui.
Ici. Ok.
Voilà. Alors, oh, pardon.
Alors, non, c'est bon.
Donc là, dans recherche,
Oui.
sinon, il faut écrire SEB en minuscule. SEB DANIEL 44.
Oh, wait, that's me.
No, that's not you.
LUMX, you said?
Seb Daniel 44.
Oh, no, that's not me. No, sorry.
Ok. One.
One.
Envoyer une demande.
Oui. On va faire caméra plus. Et on va faire Jarlock, Jarre. L-O. Non, 2 O.
Jarlock.
Ah oui, Jarlock. Oui.
Il arrive. Voilà. Peter Hayes. Voilà.
Non, Mathias. C'était Mathias qu'il fallait. Oui, mais tiret Germanie.
Alors, on recommence.
Ouais. Voilà, rechercher. Jarlock, tiré du bas.
Jean-Luc tiré Germanie,
voilà.
Ici.
Et lui. Okay. Et ensuite,
envoyer une demande, non? Voilà.
Oui.
Okay.
Et ensuite, J-A-K-R-I. Il y en a un plus, là. J-A-K-R-I-T-I-D. I-T-I-D. Oui.
Jarkitid. C'est ça?
Oui, c'est le premier.
Jarkitid.
Voilà.
Okay.
Envoyer.
Là, c'est bon?
Oui.
En direct, j'appuie dessus.
Ben, ça y est, on y est en direct là. So, Klaus, we send all invitations and we can see...
Hi, can you hear me, guys?
Yes, I do.
Ah oui, voilà, on parle en français là, donc du coup.
Ouais.
C'est ça?
Mais je ne sais pas si on m'entend.
Si, moi je t'entends très bien.
D'accord. Eh bien, écoute, salut Jean-Michel.
Et théoriquement, on devrait être à... Salut, ça va?
Ouais, super, impeccable, très heureux.
De voir. Et alors attends, on est en train d'essayer de faire la connexion avec 2 autres.
D'accord, parce qu'effectivement, quand je clique sur demander à participer...
Là, je t'entends très bien.
D'accord.
Mais apparemment, il devrait y avoir 2 autres personnes avec nous.
Comment ça se fait qu'ils ne sont pas avec nous, les 2 autres? Why the 2 others are not with us? I have only Seb Daniel, not Mathias, and not George.
Mathias and George are not with us, yes.
Ah, j'ai envoyé un petit mot à Georges, si tu veux.
Ouais, je veux bien, ouais. Regarde, parce que moi, je lui ai fait une demande comme pour toi. Là, ça marche avec toi. Il n'y a pas de raison que ça ne marche pas. Plus. Oh, merde.
I think Jean Michel needs to put his video on.
Yes. Bah, tu me vois, bah oui. Voilà. Ça, mais nous, on se voit. Mais not the other one. Not with Mathias.
Faut peut-être l'appeler. Hello Mathias, est-ce que tu es là?
Hello Mathias, are you around? Are you there, George? Tu as envoyé un message à Mathias?
J'ai envoyé à Georges, parce que je le connais.
À Georges, ouais, d'accord.
Ouais, et puis on s'est eu au téléphone en Messenger, il y a 3 quarts d'heure.
D'accord. Il a eu Georges déjà au téléphone, donc il est au courant, donc il doit être connecté, Georges.
Oui. Bah donc on va commencer avec les questions de Sébastien.
Voilà. Et les autres vont arriver ou quoi?
Bah, j'espère.
Ok, on va commencer, nous déjà tous les deux. De toute façon, tout le monde nous entend.
Très bien.
Et on va voir quand on arrive à connecter avec Georges et Mathias. Bon, donc écoute, je suis content déjà de te voir. On commence avec toi, donc c'est plutôt cool.
Bah oui, oui.
Et j'aime bien ton background. J'aime bien ce qu'il y a derrière toi.
Ah, c'est pas mal, hein.
Ouais, pas mal.
Une belle tapisserie.
Ouais, ouais. Bon, il t'en manque un. Il t'en manque un, c'est celui-là, qui est super beau. Je l'ai reçu tout à l'heure
Ah oui.
et il est vachement bien. Vraiment, je suis super content du résultat.
Ah oui, c'est
Il est
propre,
très,
hein.
très beau. Dedans, il y a le poster qui est absolument génial. Vraiment, et ils ont fait du bon boulot là. Il y a le poster, très grand poster, qui est d'un côté, tu as l'affiche, tu as ça, voilà, tu vois.
D'accord. Ouais, ouais, super.
Et l'autre côté, tu as l'affiche originale,
Qui est magnifique.
qui est super.
Ah
Vraiment,
oui.
on
Ah,
fait super bon travail. Bah, de toute façon, moi je trouve que ça fait un moment que depuis Oxygène 3, tout ça, tous les pochettes, les visuels, tout ça sont super. Amazonia est très, très réussi. Et
ah
donc,
oui.
Eric Cornic, avec qui je travaille pour les pochettes et tout ça, il a vraiment fait du super bon travail. C'est la même chose pour ça, tu vois. Ici, là, c'est super.
Ouais,
Ça,
ouais.
là. Et ça, dedans, tu vois.
D'accord.
Il y a le Blu-ray d'un côté, le CD de l'autre, et les deux livrets sont vachement beaux, qui reprennent un peu comme le vinyle. Et puis, la photo de dos du vinyle aussi est, euh, est vachement bien. Enfin, tu vois, c'est
Ah
vraiment,
oui, oui, oui.
c'est vraiment un beau projet. Et donc, j'étais content de le partager avec toi et avec vous tous.
Nous aussi.
Je parle en français et je vais parler après en anglais. I'm going to speak English later, but I start in French because I'm talking with a French guy. But of course, I will talk later also in English, right? So we are going to mix as usual French and English. So I start in French. Et donc, du coup, je voulais, moi, célébrer un peu avec vous tous la sortie de Welcome to the Other Side, qui sort demain, donc,
Ouais.
et où je suis vraiment content du résultat, parce que pour moi, ça fait un peu partie de la suite du concert. C'est-à-dire le fait que cette sortie-là, c'est pas juste une sortie de live ordinaire. D'abord, c'est la première fois qu'il y a un live VR, un concert live en VR qui sort à la fois en vinyle, en Blu-ray, etc. C'est assez marrant, parce que ça s'est jamais fait. Et puis, ça fait partie finalement de cette idée derrière Welcome to the Other Side, de couvrir toutes les manières de s'exprimer, la radio, la télé, la VR, le 360, alors la stéréo, on va revenir, l'audio, binaural, etc., mais le vinyle, le CD, et donc de couvrir tout ça. Donc ça, c'est un peu la deuxième étape de Welcome to the Other Side. Et je suis vraiment content du résultat. On a fait des projections hier à Radio France, parce qu'en fait,
Mm.
Radio France est dans le coup depuis le début, puisque on a mixé dans le studio Innovation de Radio France la version 5.1, enfin 5 pour le Blu-ray,
Ouais.
et en stéréo aussi. De toute façon, quand tu mets le Blu-ray dans la machine, soit il décrypte la stéréo normale si tu as un équipement normal, si tu as un home cinéma, il décrypte automatiquement en 5.1, et puis aussi la version binaurale en audio, c'est-à-dire que dans chaque vinyle euh, ou CD, il y a en fait le... Attends, je le cherche d'ailleurs, je ne sais pas où il est. Peut-être là. Est-ce qu'il est?
Oui, c'est un code, non?
Voilà, c'est ça, tu as le QR code
Ouais.
qui est comme ça, voilà. Voilà, voilà. Et il dit pas trop longtemps, c'est vrai,
Ouais, tac, tac, hein.
voilà, ça va vite.
Ouais.
Et donc, pour le binaural, et je suis là aussi très content du résultat, j'ai hâte de le partager avec toi et avec vous, avec tous les fans, parce que c'est vraiment un résultat par rapport au binaural qui est complètement immersif, et tu peux l'écouter au casque, avec n'importe quel casque standard. Et donc, c'est vraiment super. Et demain, je vais donc à Berlin pour la présentation avec Sony International, le jour de la sortie, où il va y avoir une projection qui va avoir lieu dans une salle à Berlin, et puis ensuite des interviews que j'ai fait déjà en France, que j'ai fait par Zoom ces derniers jours pour les différents pays. Et donc, je suis vraiment excité de partager ça avec vous, parce que c'est un projet qui me tient à cœur et qui est en fait un peu aussi le coup d'envoi d'autres choses que j'ai envie de faire en VR et surtout en son immersif, en collaboration avec le studio de Radio France, qui est, comme tu le sais, un peu l'équivalent de la BBC en France. Et ils sont à la source de beaucoup de d'innovation. Ils ont vraiment développé, ils ont été à la base du binaural, à la base de l'enregistrement stéréo pour les orchestres symphoniques, la FM aussi, qu'ils ont été les premiers
Oui,
à développer. Donc il y a vraiment tout toute une chose à développer et à développer avec eux.
ouais.
Oui, Marie.
Parce qu'on a
D'accord.
plein d'autres gens qui vont venir.
D'accord. Alors, qu'est-ce qu'on fait maintenant?
Deuxième question.
Deuxième question.
Alors, j'en ai une déjà.
Oui, ben voilà, trop bien.
La première.
Question.
Alors, déjà, un grand merci très rapidement également pour le projet. Je pense que tous les fans sont d'accord là-dessus, puisque 2020 a été une année vraiment particulière, pénible, à plein de niveaux. Et personnellement, on avait quelques amis à la maison, 5, hein, jauge, hein, mais on a regardé le concert et j'ai eu une certaine émotion sur le compte à rebours, sur la cathédrale, avec le Stardust qui démarrait derrière. Et on se disait, bon allez, on va passer à autre chose. C'était vraiment super sympa d'avoir pensé à faire ça. C'était très bien. Donc j'avais une question, en fait, c'était sur ce type de concert, en fait, quand on monte sur scène, quelle appréhension on peut avoir dans la mesure où, en fait, on voit pas son public, on n'entend pas le public avant, ni quand on rentre sur scène. Donc quelles sont les sensations qu'on a quand on démarre en termes de, on va dire, de trac ou d'appréhension, tout simplement?
En fait, ce qui est assez étrange, c'est que très très vite, tu te retrouves dans les conditions de concert normal parce que tu entends, moi j'entendais le public, puisque en fait le public d'Avatar, c'est des gens qui sont dans la cathédrale
D'accord.
par rapport à leurs avatars. C'est-à-dire que si toi tu mets par exemple des lunettes Oculus,
Mhm.
bah, tu vas te retrouver dans la cathédrale et ça va être toi, mais ça va être ton avatar. Donc tu réagis et donc tu entends les applaudissements, tu entends les réactions du public, tu les vois et en même temps,
D'accord.
dans le studio et que j'avais mes instruments, en fait, j'avais la sensation physique d'être sur une scène. Et très très vite, tu oublies. C'était déjà le cas de Alone Together
Mhm.
qui avait fait avant, qui était bon, une maquette qui était plus brute, quoi. Mais
Mhm.
c'était la même expérience. Vraiment au fond, d'arriver à avoir la même sensation que quand on est sur scène.
D'accord. Et puis donc du coup, j'ai une deuxième question. Si ce concept VR peut être mixé avec un projet réel pour élargir le public, ce que je veux dire par là, c'est par exemple s'il y a un concert à Lyon, qui est une belle ville, un concert à Lyon, est-ce que donc avec du public hein, dans une arena, est-ce qu'il y a aussi une option VR pour des gens qui viennent de l'étranger, d'Argentine, de Russie, etc., pour dire tiens, moi je vais venir au concert, je peux pas me déplacer, l'avion c'est loin, machin, mais je m'achète une place en VR et je suis immergé en fait dans le concert, sauf que moi je suis en hologramme entre guillemets, mais je suis quand même dans l'événement.
Bah, dans ta question, tu as la réponse, parce qu'effectivement, ça, c'est le futur. Moi, c'est ce que j'ai envie de faire de plus en plus. C'est-à-dire que moi, cette période de pandémie, là, elle me fait sentir que de toute façon, les prochains concerts sont plus là comme c'était avant. À cause
Mm.
de ça, effectivement, c'est d'intégrer, comme tu viens de le décrire très bien, la VR, et éventuellement ce qui va être la réalité augmentée, c'est-à-dire le fait aussi d'avoir un concert normal, mais avec des extras, des bonus en réalité augmentée. Ce que ce sur quoi Apple et Facebook travaillent à fond, là, c'est justement la réalité augmentée, c'est-à-dire que le fait de pouvoir avoir, à travers un concert physique, des choses en plus, et que les gens aussi qui sont chez eux, puissent avoir la retransmission avec aussi des choses qui peuvent contrôler, qui peuvent faire apparaître, etc. Et donc, une scénographie qui soit adaptée et qui soit un plus par rapport à, à la scénographie d'origine, au show d'origine, et qu'effectivement, comme tu le dis, il y a une dimension sociale à la VR qui permet justement que les gens qui ne peuvent pas être, par exemple, à un concert à Lyon, bah, même s'ils sont à Moscou ou au Chili, bah, ils vont pouvoir être avec nous de cette manière-là. Donc, c'est ce que je trouve être un vrai plus.
D'accord. Ok, bah super. Je vais pas trop tarder, il y a du monde, j'imagine.
Exactement. Donc, on fait la
Merci
suite.
mille fois.
J'inaugure l'Instagram comme ça, parce que je trouvais que c'était bien.
Ouais,
Ça
ouais,
change un peu par rapport à Facebook.
ouais.
Et donc, mais on est en train d'inaugurer ça, donc on s'habitue au système petit à petit. Voilà. En tout cas,
D'accord.
ravi de t'avoir vu, et puis on
Moi
passe à la
aussi.
suite.
Eh ben écoute,
Allez,
porte-toi bien. À très vite. Merci.
à toi. Bye bye.
Merci. Salut Jean-Michel.
Au revoir.
Je vais demander à Klaus comment on fait.
Alors,
Klaus,
voilà.
how can we eject Matthias and take, for example,
Mathias,
Matthias?
voulez-vous vraiment mettre fin à votre vidéo en direct? Bah non,
Non.
pas la vidéo en direct. Alors écoute, j'essaye de ça. Bah, ça doit être comme ça.
Moi, je sais pas. Moi, je vais sortir comme ça. Bon,
T'inquiète.
bon courage.
Allez, salut,
Ciao.
Mathias.
Alors, Jarlouk,
Allez, hop.
Allez.
tiret, slash.
Ça arrive.
Voilà, ça.
Ok. Alors, vous voyez une demande.
Ouais.
C'est un par un en fait.
Bah, normalement, c'était 3 par 3, mais ça n'a pas l'air de fonctionner.
Mais même là, ça marche pas. Hein.
Eye close?
Ah, Mathias. No.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Hello.
So, yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Good evening from the Museum in Germany. Hi,
Yes.
Jean Michel.
Hey,
Nice to
Matthias.
see
How
you.
are you?
Fine, Jean Michel. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you should clean your camera because you are very cloudy.
So
No,
I think.
your camera.
Yeah.
You should just clean it. Yeah, much better.
Yeah. No, there was a light in the room here.
Yeah. That's perfect.
Okay. How are you?
So how are you? Good.
I'm fine. You too, I hope.
Yeah. I mean, I saw that. Yes, I feel very well because the release of the album tomorrow, and as I was telling just before, maybe I showed the album that I received today, and it's very nice,
Yeah.
very nice vinyl and CD and everything. So it's really nice. I'm really happy about it. And I wanted to change, rather than Facebook Live, to have a direct contact with you guys, girls, for through Instagram instead of Facebook as a change.
Yes.
So and also so like that you can ask me some questions directly.
Yes. Seen the back cover of this album. It was taken during the last track, I think, The Time Machine.
Yes, exactly.
And this was, I found this very impressive because it mixed your real picture and the virtual environment. And I would like to know if this was much more difficult and more challenging than only the virtual surroundings. To mix the real picture and
it's an interesting question because yeah. Can you hear me? It's okay?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Actually, it's an interesting question because for the Time Machine, it's all started as usual with because of a problem. The problem was to get laser harp in a virtual VR. It was very difficult to get it. It was not really pretty nice and pretty beautiful. So suddenly I said, but instead of that, because it's at the end of the concert, why not suddenly appearing myself as an hologram? And then when we started to test that, I think it worked really nicely, as you said, and creating a real surprise at the end of the show. And I think it worked really well. And of course, it could be also something that we developed by, instead of having myself as a kind of hologram inside the VR environment. It's quite nice to play with both.
Okay, so this is your first release on Blu-ray, and the first release with.
You're breaking up a little.
Yeah. This is your first release on Blu-ray.
My first release in what?
On Blu-ray, yes. And it's the first with visual content since Oxygen Live in Your Living Room, I think.
No, we had also a concert in China. The live in China was also Blu-ray.
Okay.
But yeah, I agree with you that for a long time I released Blu-ray, and with this VR experience, the whole idea was to, in a sense, to create something really multimedia. The concert itself was available, as you know, through radios and TV and VR 360 and social media in Europe, in the US, in America, South America, everywhere. China, and I thought that it would be interesting also that this concert could be available in different media such as CD, Blu-ray, and even vinyl. And I think it's the first ever VR concert released in vinyl CD. So it's quite fun because actually it's you have all the possible support, physical support, and also what it also makes this really very special is the binaural version that you can download with the QR code built inside the vinyl and this is something I really would like to develop in the future, work with in binaural for Amazonia also. And I'm a big fan of immersive sounds. I think that binaural and multi-channels in the Dolby Atmos and in the future are going to be more and more popular.
Okay, so and can we expect a real concert of you on Blu-ray?
Yeah, I think that is something that I really would like to have. The reason why sometimes it's difficult to get to this older material is actually the quality. The quality today is take for example we have the or Houston concert or are very dark at with time. The quality is that good. But in the future, I really would like to share with the audience some Blu-ray versions. That's something I really would like to do.
Okay. One last question regarding your performance at the Élysée Palace.
Yeah.
In this small setting, this was very nice in a way. Could you imagine to do a tour in clubs with this setting?
You know, it was like a pocket concert, a small concert, and it's quite.
Yeah.
And people have. We had amazing reactions from the audience, the live audience. It was like a kind of live set rather than that concert per se. But I think it could be nice to think about kind of live and tour in some areas. That could be a possibility.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, guys. Take care. Thank
Have
you.
a look at the Jazeum here.
Yes, I can see that. Huh? I'm really impressed. Wow. Yes,
Okay,
I'm really
see you
So
tomorrow.
See you tomorrow in Berlin. Thank you,
tomorrow in
Jean Michel.
Berlin.
Bye bye, bye bye.
Alors, est-ce que j'article, j'écris chercher.
Ah oui, mais s'il faut les faire un par un
Bah oui,
et trois par trois, donc là, il faut que je fasse beaucoup plus.
attention parce que là, tout le monde entend. J'écris. J-A.
Alors, J-A-K.
R-I-T-I-D. D. Ah, je l'ai vu.
Oui.
Invité.
Non.
C'est bon, normalement. Il est en ligne.
Oui, c'est Who is this?
C'est Jacqueline. Et il s'appelle Georges. De Grèce.
George, can you hear me? George, I tried to contact you, but apparently there is no link. Ah, George? George, can you hear me? I can see you, but I can't hear you. Can you hear me? No. I cannot hear you. Put your mic on. No. No, I can't hear you. I cannot. Okay, you know what? We try to get a better connection a bit later, okay? And we move on and we go back to you a bit later, okay? Because I can't hear you. Maybe we try to reboot your system or do something, because on my side it's working, but on your side I cannot hear you. So let's try to talk a bit later, okay? Talk to you later.
Qui c'est qui l'a là? Est-ce qu'on a en dessous là? Alors là on va faire Urgen. U-R. J-E-N.
U-R.
J-E-N. V-A-N.
V-A-N.
D-E-N.
D-E-N.
B-R-O-E-C-K.
B-R-O-E-C-K.
Point N-L.
Aucun utilisateur disponible.
Bon, alors on va faire Desmond Morizet. D-S-M-O-N-D-M-O 2-R-I.
Desmond, si on a Desmond, on va avoir quelque chose là, non?
M-O.
Desmond, mais quand il n'y a rien, ça veut dire qu'il n'y aura rien.
Non, là, puis là, c'est M-O qui a été écrit. Bon, alors,
non, rien.
On va faire...
Ah si, voilà. Voilà, c'est qui, vient d'où, de quel endroit?
Espagne.
Espagne.
Sergio.
Hello, Jean Michel.
C'est bien. So George, you hear me, George, or not? No.
I'm afraid that Lee Sanjuri is at work, and he will be later.
Yeah, exactly. So hi, Sergio, how are you?
Well, I'm fine. Greetings from Spain, from Valencia, and I'm counting the hours for going tomorrow to buy the new YTTO album.
Great.
About the concert that happily accompanied us the last New Year's Eve in the lockdown in our houses because of the pandemic. My first question is, the selected track list and the remixes include are a wink, a nod for the younger fans? Because every year is more difficult for us to follow your rhythm, but you are younger every day.
You mean the remixes recently or what? No, I think that it's for instance, I was for this project for New Year's Eve. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Because we are experimenting a new way of talking to each other, and it's still yes, I can see you. For the New Year's Eve, I really thought that it would be very important to have a kind of energetic type of set list to celebrate a very happy way and send a bit of happiness and hope. At the same time, I was working on Amazonia, and Amazonia is exactly the reverse. Amazonia, they have almost no beats or a little bit, but it's much more immersive and a totally different type of thing. So I like to change from sometimes having more rhythmic tracks or piece moments, and some others more not ambient, because I don't like the word, but not with an approach with a beat really being the main part of the track. So I really move into different moods depending on what I always approaching a project like a soundtrack for my fans and for people, and depending on what I want to express, and for something totally different, and for Welcome to the Side, it sounded to me quite appropriate to have to have something like a kind of a party time in a sense. You see?
Okay, we enjoy a lot in the concert in Liébana and Santiago, and we danced a lot, and we want to see you in another concert in Spain. My second question is like the question of Matthias from Germany, because I think that this is your first Blu-ray release, a format that allows you ultra high definition and a lot of extras. Is this the first one of a long series of remaster concerts?
You know, the problem that lots of people are forgetting is actually producing a Blu-ray is very expensive, because it means that you need to have, for instance, for a real concert, you need to have a real production, cameras, and then the editing process, and then it's quite an expensive process to do it. And most of the time in a tour, you go one time somewhere, and it's to really film something really good. You need sometimes different days of shooting, and if you are in the same place, so it's not that easy. We have a very good, interesting film shot by TVE in Ljubljana, and that was quite well done and with no rehearsals. But you know what is nice for live? It was great for live. For Blu-ray, you need more rehearsals. We have more rehearsals and more cameras and all that. So this is the reason why it was difficult. In the case of Welcome to the Other Side, because it was a VR project where we could control also the angles and everything, it was easier to do a thing like that. Having said that, I'm really understanding what you're saying, and we are going to try to release some more Blu-ray projects in the future.
Okay, and the last question, in the next few years, will you continue with virtual concerts, or you miss the contact with the public and the fans?
You know, as I said very often, for me, VR is like cinema was at the beginning. The cinema did not replace the theater, like television did not replace movies. And today, VR is not going to replace concerts. I mean, it's something else. I really am very looking forward going back on stage with a real audience and a real stage. But VR is another mode of expression. It's like cinema and theater. And then I think I'm interested in both ways. And I think trying to achieve projects in virtual reality is also a very exciting project. It's like releasing an album. It's not like being on stage. So doing a VR project is not like being on stage. And of course, I'm looking forward to go back on stage. I hope next year.
Okay, Jean Michel, thank you very much.
Thank you very much to you. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.
On signé parce que lui, en fait, il n'est pas là.
Okay. S-Y?
Non, S-I.
D.
G.
Ah bah c'est signé, c'est la fille danoise, elle est là, elle s'est réveillée.
Non, elle est pas, parce que ne bougez pas son pseudo en entier. Bon, alors, tant pis, on va essayer d'aller.
C'est pas son pseudo en entier?
Non.
C'est pas signé si c'est pas.
Là, il y a des chiffres avec.
Mais, oui, mais il y a, non, mais tu vois, où est-ce que tu l'as vu signé?
Moi, je sais que Klaus m'a dit que lui, il n'était pas dispo, et donc on allait prendre Signé, mais.
Bah, il faudra que tu lui demandes son.
Voilà. Mais en attendant, on va prendre Gonzalo.
Signé, on va voir si elle n'est pas là. Non, mais c'est pas avec un. Non, c'est pas un Z par hasard.
Non. Non. On va prendre Gonzalo. G-O-N-Z-A-L-O.
Gonzalo, voilà, ici.
Ouais.
C'est Charfec.
Ouais,
comment il s'appelle, lui?
Gonzalo.
C'est espagnol?
Non, c'est un Chilien.
Okay. Ah oui, c'est lui, Gonzalo.
Alors, est-ce qu'on essaye deux?
On peut essayer.
Hello, Jean Michel.
Hello, Gonzalo. How are you?
I'm really fine, and it's really good seeing you after 3 years.
Yes, I agree. Hold on, I'm trying to put somebody else with us.
L-A-U.
Thanks.
Just
I'm really happy for this, and thank you for inviting me. You and Marie-Laure too. And Marie-Laure.
L-A-U-T-A.
T-A. Hold on one sec, hein, Gonzalo.
Ok.
Ça marche pas.
Eh ben, faut lui dire que...
Une autre.
Alors, chrono.
Lui, il est quoi, français?
Mexique. Chrono. Il est pas. Non, avec un I.
Non.
D-L-A-U. L-A-U. Z-I. S-O-N. Oui. Ah non, lui.
Il est quoi, lui?
Brésil.
Et il s'appelle comment?
De la vision.
La vision, c'est son nom?
Ouais, la vision.
Okay, Gonzalo, we were trying to get also other fans with us, and it's we are just experimenting this new Instagram live because I thought it was quite nice to have a direct contact with you guys, even if it's a bit difficult because of the Wi-Fi. On my side, Wi-Fi is good. It should be good also because I receive you very well. So
Yes, great. And he's really good. He stands for the old fans around the world and in Chile too.
yeah,
For
great.
me.
So how are you, Gonzalo?
I'm really fine, and I'm really happy for the release of tomorrow. For me, the Welcome to the Other Side is a very, very special moment in the New Year's Eve, and it's almost like a real concert ever. My last experience at the Movistar Arena, but this is almost real and very special even for me.
Great. You will see the project is very nice. I mean, it's what I said. I just received it. The vinyl is fantastic. You know, it's really nice. Very nice visual. And you have a big poster inside, also a very large poster. And the Blu-ray and CD are very nice also. You know, it's very, very nice. I'm really the result. Very, very happy with the result. You know, it's really nice.
I hope to receive mine soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michel, before asking my question, I want to ask if you can send a greeting to my mom, Isabel, who is watching you, and always remember we're meeting here in Santiago.
Yes, I remember, of course, the concert in Santiago is one of my best memories. And I can give you a secret that I think if I'm releasing the Electronica tour, I think it will be the recording will be coming from the concert I did in Santiago.
Oh wow, great!
So
really
I think
good
the
news.
next one maybe we don't know yet. We're discussing with Sony, could be live in Chile.
Oh, fantastic! It's really good for me and for another fans of Santiago and Chile. Sorry.
Yeah, and for everybody, because also the atmosphere was so special in Chile, in Santiago. The audience was great, and also we have quite a good recording also from the crowd, but also from the music. So by listening to all the cities, Santiago was really cool, and the UK also, in the US too, Coachella also was good. But I think live in Chile we have very good recording. So we may release it. So that's a good news for me and for all my Chilean friends.
Oh, thank you, Jean Michel. It's very, very special news for me and for all fans, I think. Jean Michel, my first question is, you as recognized and talented music producer, the father of electronic music, and I would like to know what advice will you give me to improve in music and formally establish myself in this area?
Une seconde, Gonzalo, 1 second.
Okay, Jean Michel.
Wait, un segundo. Sí, que se acuerde de todo. Sí.
Vas-y. Un peu plus. Vers moi.
Okay?
Yes, sorry, we had a technical problem.
Yes, no problem. Don't worry, Jean Michel.
Okay, so
my
your question?
Yes, my first question is you as recognized and talented music producer, the father of electronic music for all, and I would like to know what advice you would you give me to improve in music and formally establish myself in this area, considering that I am also a young producer and I started about in 5 or 6 years ago, and I want to increase my career mainly in Latin America. What regions is difficult to live and the music and art in general aspect.
Yeah, we all know at the moment how difficult it is to get a decent living with music. You know that I'm really fighting to try to protect authors and musicians all over the world. But my advice would be actually to, you know, you have only 12 notes and 12 notes in the music. And with these
Yes.
12 notes, we have done millions of songs. It means that it's the value of your music, being Gonzalo, is not coming from the instruments you're going to choose. Whatever the instrument going to choose, it's coming from you. And then the most important thing is to be yourself, to believe in yourself. And
Yes.
And you cannot please everybody. And the sooner you stop to try to please to everybody is the best, is the better. And then what is my advice would be to choose carefully a synth. It could be a hardware instrument or it could be a plugin. You choose it carefully and then you stay only with this for 6 months, and you really go inside it, and then you know it, and you try to get all the possibility with this. I started like this because I had no money, and in days where synthesizers were hardly existing. So I remember that I had my AKS for maybe 1 year, and I had only this, and just poor little organs. And then with tape, with echo chamber and delay chamber, I did my first thing just with this, and that really I learned in this period more than any other time, and so it's I think this is the what is more the most important is actually to dig into yourself through an instrument you develop a emotional relationship with.
Really good advice, and I have this, and I'm addicted to Monarch, and one year only with Monarch, and great for me.
Great, it's exactly that. Monarch is a fantastic instrument to start.
Yes, I really love the plugins. And my second question, Jean Michel, I want you to ask something very special and important. Together with my friend Francisco Vergara, we working on a very electronic version of Les Grands Bruls from 1973. And we want to know if when we will finish, you would like to hear it and even publish it officially as you did with the remix of Kosinski and Astral Projection in Welcome on the Other Side. Sorry.
Of course, interested to listen to it, and let's see what is it. I can tell you only when I will listen to it, but I'm very curious to listen to it because it's a very special track for me, the Grange Brûlée.
Great. Now the time is to run to finish the remix and rework of Les Grands Bruls.
Okay, let's do that, and I will of course I will listen to it, and I will let you know.
Thank you, Jean Michel. And I think the last question is if you like to play soon or next year or in 2 years here in Chile, in Santiago, in another place if you like.
Of course, you know, at the moment with the pandemic, it's still a question mark going back on stage. It's very difficult. But I'm really looking forward going on stage in 2022 and be sure that as soon as I can, I really would like to go back to Santiago because I still feel that it was one of my most memorable moments on stage because of you guys and the fantastic feeling I received and feedback and welcome I received in Santiago. So of course I'm looking forward to go back to your country and to Chile as soon as possible.
Thank you, Jean Michel. It's very special for me, your words.
Thank you, Gonzalo. Take care of yourself and Hello to all the Chile family, okay?
Thank you, and see you soon.
Okay, see you soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Je vais signer. J'ai trouvé 5i.
Alors,
5i, petit i, hein. 6, n3, petit n. Non, je ne sais pas quoi. n3. Voilà.
et là, voilà. Ok.
Envoyer la ligne.
Hello, hello.
Salut Jean Michel, ça
Comment
va?
tu vas?
Tu vas bien? Salut de
Je suis con-
Copenhague.
Je suis content de te voir depuis Copenhague. Je ne pouvais pas faire cet Instagram sans que tu sois dedans. C'était pas possible.
Oh, je sais, non, je suis contente de te voir aussi. So, I wanted to ask you a couple of questions, and I thought maybe I could both ask them in French and English so that everybody could
Okay.
understand. Yeah?
Yeah, let's do that.
So, well, Matthias from Germany asked such a great question that was, well, I think you almost answered one of the questions we prepared for you, but we still wanted to know how did it feel, maybe not under the concert because you already answered that, but now 9 months after the concert, how does it feel when you look back? How is the souvenir, how is the memory of that concert? So, quand tu penses à le souvenir de ce concert de Nouvel An, comment c'est de penser à ça? Est-ce que c'est comme un concert physique ou est-ce que les mémoires ou les souvenirs sont différents?
Yeah, it's a very interesting question because, of course, I never thought about this, but because you are asking, I think the memories, the recollections are fairly different from a different concert because of this kind of doppelganger, the kind of like I was like if I had a twin as an avatar, and then I was actually live in the studio, but also live in front of avatars. En fait, c'est une très bonne question que tu me poses et en y pensant maintenant, c'est vrai que quand je repense à ce concert, c'est quelque chose de complètement différent parce qu'à la fois, c'est comme si je m'étais dédoublé. À la fois, les souvenirs sont des souvenirs physiques d'être live dans le studio et en même temps d'être dans le monde virtuel en face d'avatar et de foule. Et comme je le disais à Mathias, très très vite, où j'ai perdu le fait que j'ai oublié le fait que je n'étais pas dans un univers réel, un univers virtuel, mais ça devenait totalement réel pour moi. And what I would say is also this release tomorrow is very special to me because it's a continuation of the experience, because the experience was already a kind of mixed media experience where you have the VR, the broadcast on radio, on TV, on socials, both in the West and in Asia, and then now this VR concert is going to be released in vinyl, in CD, in Blu-ray, in binaural. Like it's a real multimedia project, 360 degrees, and I always thought, as you know, because I talked about that also already in the past, that it's like a dream coming true by really trying to experiment one project with on lots of different physical or virtual support. Et en français, c'est vrai que pour moi, c'est un rêve qui s'est accompli, le fait de faire un projet qui est en plusieurs étapes. Et pour moi, la sortie de ce disque demain, c'est vraiment aussi un rêve qui devient réalité, le fait de faire un concert. Bon, c'est la première fois qu'un concert en réalité virtuelle sort en disque, en vinyle, en CD, etc. et Blu-ray. Et c'est pour moi une continuation de sortir ce projet dans tous les formats possibles. Et pour moi, quand je pense à ce projet, ça me donne aussi vraiment l'envie de continuer d'explorer justement ce nouveau mode d'expression, ce qui ne remplace évidemment pas le fait de revenir au Danemark ou ailleurs pour faire des concerts, mais c'est quelque chose d'autre. Et c'est quelque chose d'autre, ce que je dis souvent, c'est comme le cinéma par rapport au théâtre. Le cinéma est autre chose que le théâtre. mais ça n'affaiblit pas le théâtre. Ça n'affaiblit pas le... Donc, il y a des acteurs qui font du cinéma et qui vont sur une scène de théâtre. C'est pareil. I was saying that, you know, of course, the VR, I'm really excited by the VR, and I would like really to be involved in more VR projects in the future. But at the same time, I want to go back on stage. I think that in no way VR is going to replace, in my mind, and eventually not only in my mind, but in day-to-day life, it's not going to replace at all the live performance. It's the analogy I would make on the same way as the cinema regarding theater. At the beginning of cinema, lots of people were saying from the world of theater, but these actors moving on a white wall on screen, they are not real actors. A real actor is somebody on stage in front of a real audience. And then cinema became the major art form we know. So I think the VR and the virtual reality and all the VR, AR mode of expression are going to be really like the cinema for the 21st century.
Ok, merci. Alors, j'avais parlé avec d'autres fans danois et puis il y avait Jesper qui a 2 fils et moi j'ai 3 fils et bon, ils jouent tous les garçons, comme tous les garçons, ils jouent à Minecraft et les fils, je pense que sûrement beaucoup d'enfants au monde aimeraient savoir si éventuellement tu feras des concerts dans Minecraft.
Yeah,
Or would you ever consider our sons? I asked some other Danish Jarre fans who have boys too that play Minecraft, and they want to know if you could do a concert in Minecraft.
Oui, c'est intéressant de travailler dans un jeu vidéo. C'est autre chose parce qu'on n'est pas en live. C'est pas autre chose. C'est qu'on rentre dans un peu comme Travis Scott a fait avec Fortnite. En fait, tu enregistres une séquence que tu intègres dans un jeu qui existe déjà. Donc, c'est vraiment quelque chose d'autre. Mais c'est quelque chose qui m'intéresse beaucoup et je suis en discussion depuis plusieurs mois avec Ubisoft qui a fait Assassin's Creed, par exemple, ce genre de choses. Et effectivement, dans Minecraft, ce serait une chose tout à fait possible et c'est quelque chose qui m'intéresse beaucoup. I'm thinking a lot about this. It's a different approach than what I've done with Welcome to the Other Side, because Welcome to the Other Side is a live event with a virtual environment specially built for the occasion, like the virtual Notre Dame. In a video game such as Minecraft, you have to pre-record everything and then put this sequence into an existing game. So it's a different exercise. It's very interesting, and I'm in contact with Ubisoft for quite a while, and we are talking about possible collaboration with a game such as Assassin's Creed, for instance. But why not Minecraft? It could be very exciting, and I think it's something that, you know, it's a very good example of something which is different from stage. But you know, it's like doing an album in studio and going on stage and going on tour. 2 different things. And for me, virtual reality and playing in Minecraft, for instance, is something different from going on stage. You can do both.
Okay, great. Well, we'll just tell them that you'll do it.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
They'll wait for you in there.
Yes, pass the message. Exactly.
Okay. One quick last question. Would you ever consider doing a VR concert app that could just go on and on forever? Est-ce que tu aimerais faire ou tu penseras faire un app qui pourra faire des concerts en VR juste comme ça dans l'éternité?
Yes, you know that the great thing about VR concerts such as Welcome to the Other Side is it has been recorded forever. So, for instance, when Oculus Quest will be developed enough, because at the moment you can't have all, and even if we can do much better than Welcome to the Other Side in terms of in terms of quality, because we were live. It was a miracle that we've been able to have such a good sound and good visual with such a small data, because we had only 300. We were allowed only at 300 meg for the live performance, where you have to put in this 350 meg the Notre Dame, the visual, the avatar, the sound, the lights, and so it was, of course, very compressed, but it's still a lot of information for something like Oculus Quest. But the next one, it will be possible to put, for instance, Welcome to the Other Side as an app, and you can go back to the concert whenever you want. It's already the case. We can do it ourselves, and we could. You can go inside Notre Dame now, and then with some friends, and then going back to the concert. So it's a very good question, and yes, absolutely. But it's almost in the DNA of a VR performance such as that, because it has been recorded forever as my performance. So it's something that you can really. It's already doable, and it's so of course something that as soon as we can do it, we'll do this app for Welcome to the Other Side and for my next projects. C'est une question intéressante, parce que ce que effectivement, l'idée de faire une app en VR, c'est quelque chose qui existe déjà pour Welcome to the Other Side, potentiellement. C'est-à-dire que quand on a tout enregistré, en fait, aujourd'hui, on peut revenir n'importe quand, ce qu'on a fait déjà plusieurs fois, même pour aller rechercher, par exemple, des photos pour la pochette du disque, de l'album. On peut revenir dans le concert, parce qu'on a enregistré pour toujours ma performance avec l'avatar et Notre-Dame. Et donc demain, on pourra, dès que les casques sont suffisamment développés, notamment le Quest de Next Generation, on pourra, de chez Oculus, on pourra donc revenir dans Notre-Dame et revoir autant qu'on veut le concert et la performance que j'ai faite avec mon avatar.
Merci. Thank you, Jean Michel.
Merci. Thank you.
And we are all looking forward to seeing you live again.
Yes, say hello to all the family first, and to all the friends and fans in Denmark, and thank you so much for all what you're doing year after year. It could be for my birthday or whatever, and following my work. It means a lot to me, as you know, and I'm looking forward to seeing you face to face as soon as possible in Denmark or wherever. And take care of yourself. And thank you.
Take care, Jean Michel.
Ok, bye bye.
Merci.
Merci beaucoup.
Bye.
Ciao,
Bye.
ciao. Okay. Au revoir.
Donc, on va refaire une tentative au Brésil, parce qu'on n'avait pas l'adresse exacte.
Alors, vas-y.
Donc, c'est rechercher.
Oui, vas-y.
Ouais, www.instagram. En petit, tout en petit. Instagram.com. /DLAIVISON.
DLAI.
Oui.
VISON.
Oh, bah alors ça c'est.
Ah, mais j'ai oublié un AA. Putain, son truc là, il est énorme, son.
Ouais.
www.
C'est 3.
Oui, mais il est là, en fait. Tu vois, je l'ai.
Ah oui.
.com/DLAIVISON.
Je l'ai, moi.
C'est ça?
Et si je clique dessus?
Est-ce qu'il ne faut pas mettre W peut-être?
Si, parce que là, hop là, quand je le fais, moi, j'arrive sur son Instagram. Ouais. Voilà. Ça marche pas.
Non.
Bon, alors on va faire l'autre. Là au retour, il est réveillé. Donc c'est LAUTARO.
LAUTARO, bon,
ouais.
Il n'y a rien déjà.
1984.
Non, il n'y a rien.
Non. Bon. Alors on va faire.
Ah si. C'est qui? Il s'appelle comment lui?
Il s'appelle
Lautaro.
Lautaro,
Lautaro, il est quoi
Argentine.
Argentine. Ça, c'est sûr que c'est un bon plan de faire ça. Il y a beaucoup de gens qui suivent, tu vois, non? Tu vois ça de ton côté, non? Tu vois, c'est...
Et mais il faut faire attention parce que...
Oui, oui, non, mais c'est...
Ouais.
You know, guys, I don't know if you... I'm sure that you can hear me. You have lots of questions, and thank you for following the session. If I try to be in contact with some Brazilian fans. And in the meantime, I can read some of your questions, so you can ask some questions if you want, and I will be happy to listen to answer directly to you from.
Alors, on peut aller au Canada.
So we move to Canada because actually it doesn't work in Argentina, so we move to Canada.
Alors, pays Pierre, donc Pierre.
R-R-E.
B-E-R-T-R-A-N-D.
B-E-R.
Ah, j'ai fait
Ça.
un truc.
Voilà.
Pierre Bertrand, ouais. C'est lui. Donc là, on va au Canada.
So we go to Canada with Pierre now. Pierre, I try to connect with you. Wow. Hello Pierre.
Bonjour Jean-Michel, bonjour, ça va bien?
Ça va et toi?
Oui, ben, ça me fait extrêmement plaisir de t'avoir au Canada, virtuel.
Exactement, mais enfin bon, virtuel, mais en même temps réel. Enfin, entre les deux, on ne sait pas exactement. Voilà, mais
Ben, c'est ça, donc,
de voir.
donc je suis très très heureux d'être présent pour ce live ensemble. Puis j'avais préparé quelques questions, mais certaines personnes ont déjà posé à peu près les mêmes. Donc on va trouver d'autres choses, il n'y a pas de problème.
Exactement, bien sûr. Et puis de toute façon, tes questions sont peut-être pas exactement les mêmes, mais mes réponses non plus, donc il n'y a pas de souci.
Ouais. Ben, félicitations pour cette belle journée de sortie du DVD. On est très heureux, tous les fans, d'avoir toujours des choses nouvelles qui sortent et comme ça. Et en plus, aujourd'hui, j'ai vu que j'apparaissais sur le DVD de présentation quand le concert passe sur le DVD. Donc, je suis extrêmement content, ça me fait extrêmement plaisir. Et donc, c'est quand même une très belle journée pour tout le monde. Merci encore.
Ben, merci à toi. Et puis moi, je suis aussi excité que vous, parce que c'est un projet qui me tient très à cœur. Et comme j'ai commencé déjà à le dire, pour moi, cette sortie, c'est un peu la continuité du concert, que ce concert soit maintenant sur Blu-ray, sur CD, sur vinyle, et en même temps aussi disponible en binaural. C'est un peu l'aventure qui continue, qui se complète. Donc, je suis assez excité aussi. C'est un projet qui est assez particulier pour moi.
Ben, exactement. Donc, j'avais déjà une première question, parce que je sais, on se connaît. Alors, ici au Québec, on se tutoie, donc je me permets de te tutoyer.
Évidemment, bien sûr.
Donc, je sais que tu es très perfectionniste dans tous les concerts que j'ai suivis depuis de nombreuses années. J'étais présent d'ailleurs à Montréal, à New York, à Toronto.
Je sais.
Ouais, j'ai fait les 3 concerts en 1 semaine et demie, donc j'étais très content d'être là. Et je sais que tu es très perfectionniste sur tous ces concerts, sur le suivi des lumières, du son dans chaque lieu. Et je voudrais savoir quelles sont les plus grandes difficultés que tu as rencontrées pour ce projet-là, aussi bien visuel que musical, parce qu'on parle toujours effectivement de tout ce qui a bien fonctionné, mais y a-t-il eu des difficultés plus à mettre en avant lors de ces projets?
En fait, une tournée, c'est en fait un animal qui n'arrête pas de grandir. C'est-à-dire que, en fait, même le dernier concert n'est jamais parfait, parce que il y a toujours des choses qui vont mieux que d'autres, et en même temps, à chaque fois il y a presque une règle qui, à mon avis, doit être vraie pour tout le monde, c'est que il faut faire très attention, parce que quand un concert se passe plutôt bien, le prochain, on va avoir des problèmes. Parce qu'en fait, bizarrement, inconsciemment, tout le monde se relâche un tout petit peu par rapport à la veille. Bah, ça s'est bien passé, donc il n'y a pas de raison que ça se passe pas aussi bien le lendemain, et c'est pas vrai. Et donc, du coup, c'est extrêmement important de ne jamais considérer que le concert, si c'est bien passé, le lendemain, il faut repartir dans le soundcheck en revérifiant toutes les choses qui sont les plus pointues. En fait, j'ai une règle, c'est qu'en fait, sur tous les morceaux qu'on peut jouer sur scène, finalement, c'est de reprendre en permanence, de réviser en permanence, en fait, de reprendre 3-4 morceaux par 3-4 morceaux, ce qui fait qu'en permanence, on revérifie et je revérifie des choses sur le plan du son, du mixage, de la lumière. Et petit à petit, comme ça, on arrive à améliorer, j'arrive à améliorer les détails. Et du fait que finalement, entre le premier concert et le dernier, il y a quand même une énorme différence. Mais même le dernier concert, pour moi, n'est pas parfait parce que la perfection n'existe pas par rapport à un projet qui demande tellement d'éléments marchent en même temps. Donc, je réponds brièvement en anglais aussi pour nos amis anglophones. The question with Pierre was actually the problem that I can have. I'm quite perfectionist in terms of rehearsals and day after day in a tour. I'm really trying to improve the process. And I was saying that for me, a concert is never perfect. And this is probably actually at the same time the thrill and also the issue of a tour, because each concert you have to not going back to scratch, but you have to question yourself. And I was saying, as it's not a joke, it's true, that after a good concert, or what we could consider as a good concert, you have to be very careful because you'll have problems with the next one, because unconsciously everybody, from the lighting, from the sound engineers, from myself, we're just thinking that because it was okay yesterday, it will be okay tonight, and it's not true. So this is the reason why I'm spending so much time on every sound check to try to go back to what this concert is all about, and to try to improve things, because concert after concert you realize that lots of things can be involved, and it's a very strange. And a tour for me is a living animal. You have to really to take care of it every day.
Merci beaucoup pour toutes ces explications, en tout cas. Et puis j'avais une deuxième question. Est-ce qu'on pourrait imaginer dans le futur d'avoir d'autres concerts comme Welcome to the Other Side, 3D, VR, dans des lieux différents? Parce qu'on sait qu'il y a quand même beaucoup de compagnies, comme on en a parlé tout à l'heure, Ubisoft, qui ont des lieux historiques qui sont déjà créés, modulés en 3 dimensions, ou qui sont déjà prêts pour ce genre de choses. Je crois que d'ailleurs Notre-Dame, c'est parti un petit peu de leur jeu vidéo, je crois, à l'époque. Est-ce qu'on pourrait imaginer de reproduire ce concert dans des lieux qui existent aujourd'hui, ou des lieux endommagés ou disparus, par exemple, où on pourrait imaginer de rejouer ce concert-là ou d'autres concerts dans ces lieux-là? Est-ce que c'est quelque chose d'imaginable de faire d'autres concerts de ce type-là?
Absolument, c'est quelque chose vraiment que j'ai en tête, et c'est une super bonne question, parce que c'est vrai que la VR permet aujourd'hui de pouvoir aller jouer dans des endroits qui même n'existent plus, ou qui ne sont pas accessibles. Des endroits aujourd'hui en Syrie, ou je sais pas, en Afghanistan, où on ne peut pas se rendre physiquement pour toutes les raisons qu'on connaît, et qui pourtant sont extraordinaires. Et donc il y a même toute une réflexion à avoir pour célébrer des lieux justement qui sont interdits au public, dans lesquels on peut plus aller. Donc c'est une idée très intéressante à laquelle je pense, et que je voudrais vraiment rendre possible dans le futur.
Puis même j'avais également une suggestion un petit peu farfelue. On aurait pu imaginer que ces lieux-là, au début du concert, ils soient dans la situation où ils sont, et plus le concert avance, plus on pourrait retrouver l'origine de ces lieux, puisqu'ils ont été reconstitués en 3 dimensions, ce qui pourrait être l'apothéose de la fin de concert, en retrouvant le lieu comme il était à l'origine, ce qui ferait aussi un lien avec l'UNESCO et la protection du patrimoine, par exemple.
Exactement.
Petite suggestion farfelue.
Non, mais c'est pas farfelu du tout. D'ailleurs, dans Welcome to the Other Side, c'est un petit peu ça, puisque moi j'ai décidé, la question s'est posée de savoir si on reconstituait Notre-Dame abîmée comme elle est en ce moment, sans la flèche.
Ouais.
En fait, j'ai décidé, parce que c'était quand même justement Welcome to the Other Side et quelque chose qui devait être festif et positif, qu'on puisse reconstituer la cathédrale à l'origine. à son origine, c'est-à-dire avec la flèche telle qu'elle était avant l'incendie. Donc on n'est pas très loin de ce que tu dis. Et évidemment, tout l'intérêt, c'est justement de pouvoir, et ce qu'on peut faire avec la VR, c'est qu'on peut faire des choses qu'on ne peut pas faire dans la vie réelle, et y compris retourner dans le temps ou se projeter dans le futur. On peut faire les deux. Et de ce point de vue, c'est tout à fait juste. Pierre was asking something very interesting about the fact that to revisit some existing locations and even locations from the past and doing concerts where you cannot do it physically because these locations are not existing or these monuments are not existing anymore, or even where in countries where you cannot go, such as, I don't know, Syria or Afghanistan or whatever, and then because of the VR you can go into this virtual and celebrate these locations. It's of course a very interesting idea, and I'm really thinking and considering with UNESCO people and with all this to do that.
Exactement. Puis je voulais simplement terminer pour pas prendre trop de ton temps et du temps de tout le monde, avec un petit peu d'avance, de souhaiter un joyeux anniversaire aux 40 ans des concerts en Chine qui vont avoir lieu le mois prochain. Donc, petit message.
Alors, c'est très bien et je te remercie beaucoup. Tu ne crois pas d'ailleurs si bien tomber, si je puis dire. C'est que les concerts en Chine pour toi, francophone, c'était effectivement et le concert lui-même, c'était en 1981, bien sûr, mais l'album aussi est sorti l'année d'après.
Oui.
Et donc, en fait, on est en train de réfléchir avec Sony de célébrer cet anniversaire avec une sortie particulière de l'album, avec un certain nombre de bonus par rapport à cet album, et donc de célébrer cet anniversaire, parce que pour moi, ça reste quelque chose de très spécial, et musicalement, et sur le plan humain, et comme aventure, et ça vaut la peine de le célébrer, puis de le faire connaître aux gens aussi qui ne le connaissent pas forcément.
Ouais, parce que fabuleux album, je trouve que ça a été une très belle réussite. Alors, pouvoir faire un clin d'œil 40 ans après, ce serait magnifique. Comme d'ailleurs les fans, moi je discute beaucoup avec les fans du monde entier ici en Amérique du Nord, et les concerts d'origine de Houston, de Lyon, surtout de Houston, qui sont magnifiques. Malheureusement, au niveau de qualité vidéo, on n'a pas les choses qu'on pourrait avoir au jour d'aujourd'hui. Alors on se dit, reconstituons ces concerts en VR, 3D, ça serait aussi quelque chose de magnifique. Donc beaucoup d'idées dans nos têtes à partager avec toi.
On doit se parler plus souvent. C'est très très bonnes idées. C'est vrai que de revisiter des concerts existants, c'est une idée très très marrante. Et j'en profite. And I can say that in English because we are discussing with Pierre about and thank you for him and to everybody. I mean, wishing a kind of happy anniversary for the 30th anniversary of Concert of China. And I was saying that Concert in China is something that has been released, the album, a year or a few months later. And we're considering with Sony to release this later later next year with some extras and bonuses. And Pierre was saying something interesting also, because there is a frustration for you and for me about the fact that concerts like Houston, for instance, are very difficult to release in Blu-ray because of the poor quality. And it could be fun to have a VR concert in Houston, like revisiting concerts from the past. That could be quite fun as well. So it's a good food for thought. So thank you for proposing ideas. It's always interesting. So thank you, Pierre. Merci beaucoup.
Merci.
Et puis on reste en contact, bien entendu, et merci de suivre mes projets. Ça signifie évidemment beaucoup pour moi.
Je les suis depuis que j'ai l'âge de 14 ans. J'en ai 48, donc j'ai pas fini encore.
Bah, c'est super. Eh ben, écoute, moi je suis pas en trop mauvaise forme, donc on va donc continuer.
Et petit message aussi, je sais pas si tu te rappelles, à Marseille, on t'a fait signer les plans du piano volant.
Oui, je me souviens.
Ce sont mes parents qui sont partis là, que j'ai envoyé de France, que j'ai envoyé pour te faire signer ce plan-là.
Ah, ça m'intéresserait beaucoup de l'avoir, ce plan en PDF. Si tu peux nous l'envoyer en mail, ce serait super.
Ben, je vais le faire scanner proprement et puis l'envoyer à Marie-Laure, puisque j'ai son adresse email maintenant.
Super, c'est super, merci. Ah oui, ça m'intéresse beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup et puis bonne continuation. Merci.
Merci. Ciao, ciao.
Bye bye.
Lily. Ah oui, alors non. je voulais voir, est-ce qu'ils ont envoyé des invitations, les deux qu'on n'arrive pas à voir?
Alors,
On va voir Jean-Michel.
envoyer des invitations.
Non, ils ont peu envoyé. Non, ça c'est pour Talo. Il y en a un qui s'appelle Rodolphe. Et là,
bon, on est toujours ensemble, on essaie de passer, mais ne t'inquiète pas, il n'y a pas de souci.
On va aller à Sainsbury alors.
Ah, ok.
Li, L2E, point.
Li, point.
Ouais. S-A-I-N-S.
Ah, okay.
Ah, il était là.
Il va venir.
Voilà.
Hi, Lee.
Hello, Jean Michel.
So Pierre is staying with us. You're welcome, Pierre. So hi, Lee. How are you?
Yes, not bad, thank you. Yes, rainy in the UK today. Not had a heat wave yesterday.
Good to see you.
Yeah. So first of all, I have that on order.
Wow. Yes. So you know, I just received the real one. I can show it to you. It's a great result graphically, and I really thank to Eric Kornick, is my friend working on all covers for a long time, and we did together. I'm really happy with the result and with what Sony has done. You have the big poster, and the poster is amazing. Also, it's a huge poster inside, and I'm really happy with the result. It's really give a tribute to the concert itself.
Yes, great. I can't wait to receive it. So yeah, it's gonna be a good watch. Something for the weekend.
Cool.
So I know the plan originally was for me to kind of ask some questions to you, but I've kind of done something a little bit different, where I've kind of asked the fan group for some questions, and I'd be like their virtual voice and their virtual avatar to ask you. So I hope that's okay.
Of course.
So first of all, Sophie asked.
Bear with me one sec.
Yep, no worries.
Et celle-là, elle suffit pas non plus.
Ça va être très bien là, je suis sûr. Yes. Much better. Okay, I had some more light because I was more and more in the dark. The sun is. Okay, yes. So I'm ready.
Yeah. So Sophie asked that a small Swedish pop band by the name of ABBA. I'm not sure if you know them. They recently announced a series of concerts starring their avatars. What do you think of the idea of using holograms, and what would you take what you'd learned from Welcome to the Other Side project to create yourself as a virtual kind of hologram in VR version 3?
First of all, of course, I have lots of respect for ABBA. I'm a good friend with Bjorn, because Bjorn replaced me at CISAC also, and I'm sure that it's going to be the tour is going to be a great success. But I would make a difference between Welcome to the Other Side and the ABBA project. As you know, in Welcome to the Other Side, it's a live event where I was playing live with the avatar and with the public and with the audience of avatars and also real ones. In the case of ABBA, actually they are sending the holograms or the avatars as holograms on stage for in front of a real audience with no glasses, and it's like a real concert. But instead of having real musicians on stage, you have holograms of the avatars, from my understanding. And it's another way of sharing music with the audience. And why not? Everything is these days. Everything is possible. Everything is okay. If it's what I understand, my only comment would be that I would be more interested myself to mix the physical and the digital in a different way, by having a real performance where I'm really on stage, maybe with augmented reality items around. So you mix the physical and the virtual, and that is something that I'm quite interested by in the future. Rather than having a hologram, it's funny because I thought about using this technique for Electronica tour, and I stopped because I thought that by the end of the day, having just a representation of myself on a real stage is something a bit strange and also technically difficult. But I'm sure that in the case of ABBA, it will be perfect because they are really great pros. We have to check, but we have to check how it will be. But I'm sure it will be anyway interesting. But if the idea is just to stay at home and sending my avatar all over the world, it's not what I want in my life.
Mm. Yeah, we much prefer to come and see you on stage and meet up with the friends and stuff. Yeah. I heard yesterday that Little Boots is going to be joining them as one of the keyboard players.
Ah, you know that?
Yeah, it was announced Tuesday, I think it was.
Ah, great! You know that. So it's I mean, I knew that she was ready to do this kind of guest appearance. We even discussed together for the last project also for her to join me as a part of a band with me. So I know that she's very open to this kind of idea, and I wish her good luck. I love her. She's a great musician, and I'm sure that she will add something very special to the ABBA performance.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. Okay, so moving on. So Glenn asked, what was the most interesting thing you learned from the Welcome to the Other Side project and the process, and anything else to do with that project?
I've been really. I learned a lot of things actually. First of all, to explore a new medium. I had the feeling to be like when I was starting electronic music as a beginner. I'm considered as one of the pioneers, and with all the startups and the young people around me for this project, we all had the feeling that we are really pioneering again something special. And for me, VR is really a new mode of expression, and it's going to be more and more important. And I made and of course, it's not going to replace live concerts. It's not the point. It's what I'm saying very often is like cinema versus theater. Cinema did not kill theater. It's even reinforced theater in a sense. And then at the beginning, lots of people from the theater said that cinema is not a real art because these people on a white screen, they're not real actors. A real actor is somebody on stage with a real audience. And actually, the cinema became the major art form we know. So the mode of expression, the VR is a mode of expression in itself, and it will have the same destiny, I'm sure. So of course, for me, it has been a learning process. Also working with where I can do things that I cannot do on real life. For one reason is also the law of gravity. You have no gravity in virtual world, and then you can do things that you cannot do otherwise, and that's quite fun.
Yeah, I think I was jumping from the second floor of the Notre Dame when you was playing the concert as my virtual avatar, and I'm still here. I'm still alive. Yeah,
that's right. You know exactly that, and you know you can have also. It has also a very you can have handicapped people, and suddenly these handicapped people, they can dance, they can fly, they can move, and it's really strange and really amazing. And even if with no handicap, as you said, you can do things yourself or myself that we cannot do in real life. So this is of course something still very new, all this, and we have lots of possibilities in the future, I'm sure.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so another question that came in. So Martin, I think you kind of touched on this in with the previous chat. Would you consider revisiting some of your classic concert venues but using VR? For example, Docklands without the rain and Egypt without the fog.
Yeah, it's a very interesting. It's a very interesting idea because I just thought about this talking to you guys, and actually it could be quite fun to recreate Houston, or to recreate the pyramids or the Docklands, for instance. It could be quite fun. At the same time, as a very selfish way, I did the Docklands or I did the pyramids, so I would be more excited to get involved in a new project and something which is not necessarily revisiting something that I've done.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So the last question I got was from a guy called Carson. He says, given the times we're in, with sustainability being such a big thing, do you feel less guilty about the amount of power, electricity required to produce VR concerts, such as Welcome to Your Site, compared to a conventional in-person concert?
Of course, the environmental issues and the carbon print and all these kind of issues are, as you know, something I'm really aware of, and I'm really thinking that since even before the pandemic, that everything I'm going to do now, I'm going to try to be as neutral as possible in terms of pollution, and even positive, because now you can think about this. And also, and of course, the VR is spending much less energy. And in terms of environment, it's safer. But actually, having said that, means that also when you are followed by lots of people, you have also a kind of carbon print issues. So it's something that is quite complex to try to balance all this. It's not as easy as possible. For instance, a lot of people are saying, you can do a tour, or you can fly, and then you can compensate by planting trees. But when you start to think about it, sometimes it's negative to plant trees. It all depends on the context. So it's probably better to have a more global, remote and more global vision, that saying, for instance, for each concert you do, there is a certain amount of money dedicated, for instance, to go back to soft water somewhere, or to give to an organization able to improve the climate in others, for the oceans or for something else, and then having something less direct, but probably more efficient.
Yeah. That's all good. Yeah. So yeah, I can't wait to receive the Blu-ray tomorrow, because I'm always kind of interested in the technical aspects of the concerts and things, and kind of all the behind the scenes stuff. So that'd be good to watch.
Yeah, and thank you for saying this. I would have hoped to have even a more developed behind the scenes. The behind the scenes is okay. You can learn lots of things, but next time, because we are such in a hurry, I really would like to develop and to control the behind the scenes much more with my team, with Fiona and Marie-Laure and people around me, to try to reproduce a real making of on the side, like almost two separate projects. But of course, I agree with you. This is what's great with the Blu-ray, and also listen to the binaural version, because it's a really interesting achievement. I'm really happy about the collaboration I have with the studio of Radio France, the public French radio, the equivalent of the BBC. They have what they call Innovation Studio, where they really started the process of binaural years ago, and also the multi-channels type of installation and mixing. Actually, when I started to work with Pierre Schaeffer and in the Music Research Center, we were working not in stereo, but in a multi-channel. and this is something I really want to develop in the next in the future. And I think that my next project will be really composed and created and thought with binaural in my mind, because to improve this, and not and especially because in binaural you can have something that we haven't really touched yet, is you cannot only be in 360 degrees like this, but you can be also like this and having sounds above or under you. And this is something that it's not only a matter of mixing, it's a matter of writing the music specially and specifically for that. So it's like suddenly composing for different, like a symphonic orchestra. The first time that when people were composing for a small amount of musicians, and suddenly they could write some music for a symphonic orchestra. So it was not the fact to take one piece of music existing for 5 musicians and to expand them for the symphonic orchestra. It was the whole excitement was to compose for a new kind of instrumentation and orchestra. This is exactly the same for binaural, and I'm absolutely convinced that you have to write special music for this, for binaural, for Dolby Atmos and all that. This is the reason why when Apple or Sony are saying, we are going to have this special audio and now all our catalog is going to be in binaural, I don't believe it, because I think not a matter just of taking a stereo track and transforming it into a binaural. It doesn't. It gives you a kind of feeling of immersive immersion, but it's not like conceiving a project specially for that. And it's really what I would like to do for my next studio album.
Yeah, sounds great. You have to write it specifically for doing under format. Yeah.
Okay, so it was a pleasure talking to you and all the UK friends. So say hello to everybody. Take care of yourselves. Of course, in touch. And thank you for your time. Also.
No problem. Thank you, and see you on the road.
Okay, thanks. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Alors, on a 2 options. On peut réessayer, parce qu'il n'arrête pas de me dire qu'il est en ligne, là, Télévision.
Alors, vas-y, c'est qui?
Télévision, il n'est pas là.
Comment tu écris ça?
Alors, c'est toujours 3W, là.
W. Point.
Ouais.
Instagram.
Oui. .com. / DLAI VISISON, pardon.
VI.
Oui, SON.
VISON.
Oui. Il me dit qu'il a envoyé une invitation, lui aussi.
Non, mais moi je pense qu'il faut enlever ça, qu'il faut réessayer juste son nom. Vas-y, donne-moi son nom.
DL.
DL.
AI. VI. SON. Ah, je l'ai vu.
Ouais, enfin, voilà, tu vois.
Au-dessus.
Musique.
Celui-là, ouais.
Et il s'appelle comment, lui? Son nom.
Vision. Ouais.
Et il est quoi? Il est brésilien?
Brésil, oui.
Okay. So Lee, you're still around, but I'm going to.
Looks like it.
I'm trying to connect with Brazil. So Brazil.
Hello, Jean Michel.
Hey, how are you?
Hi.
At last,
I'm fine.
it was a bit a challenge to contact you, but we are.
Yeah, finally.
Great.
Actually, it was the problem is because I use a computer, and this sharing tool is only possible by mobile phone. So that's was actually the problem. So
no problem.
Okay, first of all,
have it.
Okay, first of all, just a big hug from all Brazilian fans here. I'm representing also the Brazilian Jarre from Brazil. We are big here, also in Brazil. So the whole Jarre from Brazil fans here in Brazil, we salute you. So je fais petit mot en français aussi. Nous, le fan brésilien, salute vous aussi pour votre musique, pour tout le travail sur la musique électronique aussi.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci. Well, first of all, I have a lot of questions to do, but I think I'm going to summarize some few questions.
Yeah.
So first of all, thank you for the Amazoni record. Record was very amazing. I think production also from Brazil, and I think all the Brazilian fans, they are very honored to have such a homage also to Amazon forest. Brazil is too big as a country. We have several nature here, different types. One of my first questions about also relate to Amazoni and also relate to VR is that if you have plans in future, I mean, even thinking about Brazil, the Amazon forest, to use again the VR and thinking about using nature, this conception like soundscapes that nature can bring, like Amazon or any other type of nature effects in future albums.
Yeah, it's a very interesting question. First of all, thank you for your comments, and you know that I'm quite stubborn. For a long time, I tried to go to Brazil for concerts, and for lots of different reasons, it never happened yet so far. But I'm absolutely dedicated and to go to Brazil physically and to do some concerts in Brazil. And I hope that after this pandemic, it's going to be something possible. And in the meantime, of course, this whole project about Amazonia, of course, was linked with Sebastião Salgado, the photographer, and the exhibition. But beyond this, for me, this project was linked to Brazil and was linked to you guys and to also the idea that Amazonian forest is not only belonging to Brazil or to the other countries, but to all of us, to you, to me, to all of us, to our children, to the future. And then suddenly I really wanted to compose this piece of music as an homage, as a tribute to Amazonia, but mainly also to Brazil, even if Amazonia is covering other countries. And of course, I would say that you know, I used to say that virtual reality is not new, because what virtual reality is going with your mind and to another world, into a virtual world. And the book is the first virtual object, virtual reality object, and music also. And the music of Amazonia, for me, I hope, is the soundtrack of what the Brazilian people can have regarding Amazonia and fantasy and having dreams about Amazonia. And what your idea about saying that a kind of virtual concert in a virtual Amazonia would be brilliant is something that actually I'm really thinking about doing a VR concert in a natural environment. And of course, Amazonian forest would be an ideal one.
Thank you so much, Jean Michel. I have another question that also came from the Brazilian fan clubs regarding the usage of artificial intelligence. How do you see, for example, to use artificial intelligence to restore, for example, older recordings or especially the video records? So nowadays you have some technology being used to restore images and bring the quality highest possible using artificial intelligence. So for example, for concerts like in Houston, cities and concerts, do you think also a good idea to use the artificial intelligence to restore images and bring it to in the newest technology also?
Yes, of course. It's a very good question. Of course, it could be artificial intelligence is going to enhance and improve also existing material and not only creating new ones. And I totally agree that it's something that we should really explore in the next few months and next few years. Yes, it's a good idea.
Yeah, and another thing, my question personally, because I'm also do my own compositions, and I think you inspire a lot, everyone, and not only music, but also professionally. I can tell you that I'm an electronic engineer, and electronic engineer also influenced by some certain level by your music, because your music is electronic, and I think it's a great influence also in the life of everyone. So my question now is,
I'm just losing you. I'm just losing you. Just the last few seconds. I'm suddenly hearing you much less. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. So what I was saying is that your music inspired a lot of.
I heard everything you said, but just the sound was just
okay.
Weaker.
Okay, so question here for me in terms of the future of music. How do you see the future of music? For example, you know that nowadays there are some developments also. The binaural conception that you brought is very nice. Also, the usage of ASMR, so the usage of the sounds that can create notion of the space. But how do you see? How is the perspective in terms of future of music? How do you believe that in future maybe we can, like one of the companies that's working now, Neuralink, we can probably listen music directly in our brains? How do you see that's going to be the future of music? There will be a feature that the composer that can directly have a notion of the sounds and music in already, put this already in a computer. How do you see this in terms of the future for the music?
I think that, you know, the big revolution in the next few months, even, and years for listening music is to go back to the way you are listening sounds in nature. I mean by this that the stereo doesn't exist in nature outside. The stereo is an artificial process that has been created in the 1940s to create a sense of space by just a different, you, as an engineer, you understand what I'm saying, but even if you're not engineer, you understand by creating a delay and a phase processing between left channel and right channel. But it doesn't exist that in nature. In nature, everything is in mono. When I talk to you, I'm in mono. When a bird is singing, it's in mono. When a car is passing by, it's in mono. And it's the space around you and your ears which are creating the sense of space and the sense of immersion and surround. So this is the reason why I'm a great believer in binaural technique and multi-channels. This is the reason why now I'm more and more involved in binaural. It's what I've done for Welcome to the Other Side. I really encourage you to listen to the binaural by downloading with the QR code built in the album or in the vinyl or in the Blu-ray, because the binaural version is for me is a big progress, like the binaural version for Amazonia. But I think it's even better for the Welcome to the Other Side. Why I'm saying this is because but I've not conceived from the beginning the music I played for Welcome to the Other Side in binaural. And I think that the multi-channels, the way you are listening to music and to sounds in nature, the natural way is to conceive a piece of music in multi-dimensional. And this is, for instance, what I want to do in my next album, not only mixing for binaural, but writing and composing for binaural, which is totally different. For instance, in binaural, you can have X, Y, Z, and also the vertical axis. So you can have sounds above you or under, which has not been explored at all now in music. And I'm sure that this technique is going to generate new kind of artists, new kind of production, and also a new approach in the way you are relating music. And it's true with artificial intelligence in autonomous cars, with the future of cars where you're totally automated, and where the sound is going to be very important, because it's going to be probably one of the most ideal environment for music. So all these techniques of multi-channels and binaural are going to be, for me, the next stage. And I'm absolutely convinced that it's going to be like coming from mono to stereo. It's going to be even a bigger revolution. and the stereo would be probably compared to what mono was last century for the future generations. So this is probably really the future of music. After, of course, we can have all kinds of crazy ideas and ideas about having some implants in our brain where you don't need anything else and all these kind of things. We know that the future is open, and with VR, of course, with virtual reality, you are going to be able to do more and more and explore more and more these kind of things. And I'm a great believer also in AR, in augmented reality. I think AR is going to be the next step, even more than VR.
Okay, congratulations also for your album. I already downloaded. I really like Herbalize new version with binaural. It's very amazing. It's very immersive. The same for Oxygen 19, very nice. I can just show for you. I have the albums also collected from Oxygen, from Electronica, from Equinox, and now waiting for the new album. And so I speaking again from the fans of Brazil. We really appreciate all of your work in music, the compositions, and we salute you also. And one last question. So now regarding for Brazil. So we know, I think all the fans that are expecting future to have, of course, a presentation. But tell me, do you think, have you worked before? Do you think also to work with some Brazilian artists in future?
The opportunity so far, but I would be happy to. I'm open to any kind of collaboration in the future. So I would be happy to of course to collaborate with one Brazilian artist one of these days.
Okay. Okay. So Jean Michel, thank you so much, and we salute you. Nous toutes les fans brésiliens salutent you aussi pour votre musique. Merci à vous. Et merci pour l'invitation aussi.
Merci. Thank you very much, and say hello to all my Brazilian fans and friends. And so thank you so much for following my work. It means a lot to me, and I really adore Brazil, and I really would like to join you as soon as possible when this dark times with the virus and pandemic is over. So take care of yourselves, everybody in Brazil, and see you soon and speak to you soon. Take care.
Thank you so much, Jean Michel.
Bye.
Bye.
Alors, est-ce qu'on réessaye une dernière fois là-haut tarot?
Alors, et puis après on arrêtera, je pense.
L-A-U.
L-A-U.
T-A.
T-A. Est-ce que ça vient? Là-haut tarot.
Ouais, R-O. 1984.
Non, ça va pas marcher. C'est sûr que c'est L-A-U?
Ouais.
Parce que là, on doit l'avoir. Je sais pas, quand il n'y a rien, c'est mauvais signe.
Ouais.
Ah,
voilà, c'est lui.
Lautaro. Il est où, lui? C'est Lautaro, c'est Brésil?
Oui, c'est Argentine.
Argentine. C'est pas mal de faire ça. C'est un peu long, mais c'est pas mal parce que ça, c'est. Je suis sûr que ça doit. Bon, on en parlera. Mais... Lautaro from Argentina. We are trying to reach you. Can you hear me? Lautaro, we're trying to connect with Argentinian friends. Can you hear me? Ah. Yes. Can you hear me? No.
Can you hear me too?
I can hear you very, very far, very far. You're very weak, but you're coming back. You're coming to me step by step, but I can hear you. Lautaro? I just heard you 5 seconds. I can try to reconnect. Okay, I try to reconnect, okay? Maybe it will be better, and maybe on your side, try to improve the connection.
On fait le même. Elle a eu 1984 Z. Oui, il est là.
Lautaro. Lautaro, I try to and hi from I would like to thank also all the people sending me messages from all over the world, and also special words to my Iranian friends. I can see lots of messages coming from Iran, and I just would like to say hello to you and have lots of good thoughts for you all. And also my Russian friends, and also from Saudi Arabia, I can see, and from Istanbul. And I hope that next time we can also talk to you directly. So maybe we can, Lautaro, unfortunately, with Argentina, it's difficult to get the connection. So I'm going to try maybe one last connection. And next time we try to organize something where we can also having some friends from Uruguay, from Iran, from Russia, from lots of other countries we have not being able to be connected with this time.
Alors, on peut essayer.
So let's do it again.
Jacques.
On n'a pas fait celui-là.
Mais non, il n'était pas là. Il n'avait pas marché. La Grèce.
Jacques. Oh merde.
K-R-I. T-I-D. Non, il n'y a pas de D là. C'est un T. Oui. Il semble qu'il n'avait pas marché, lui. On avait dit plus tard.
So I'm trying to connect with Greece. Jacretidis. Are you around? Are you there? We tried 2 or 3 times already, and so far it was a total failure. So if you could do something on your side, because on my side I cannot do more. Can you hear me? You keep on saying that you are online, but I can't get through. Maybe. Are you there? I can see you, but still I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Your mic is on. Yeah. No. I think your signal is maybe very weak or what? I don't know, because on my side, as you see, I have quite a good connection. So unfortunately, it's coming from your side, and I'm really sorry about that. But I can't hear you, and even the visual is just glitching a lot. I know I'm answering to all the fans, because a lots of people are saying please connect with me, and we cannot do everything this time. But I really promise that we are going to do it again with other fans and other countries also, because unfortunately we after 2 hours have to move to something else, because I'm going to Berlin for the release of the album, and then I have to stop the conversation very soon.
On peut peut-être essayer un dernier.
Oui.
Donc, alors.
So sorry about that, but I have to change and try one more time.
Alors, c'est Juan Gomis.
C'est quoi le nom?
Alors, Juan Gomis, alors, c'est...
Ah, ça c'est...
Non, ça c'est l'Espagne. Hâte. C'est le hâte.
Oui.
Alors, hâte, je crois que c'est hâte Juan Gomis. Voilà, hâte. J-U-A-N.
Juan Gomis.
Ouais.
Avec un S. Hein.
Ouais, voilà. Ah, ben il était là.
Ici, il va revenir.
Tac.
Juan. Juan. Hello, Juan. Can you hear?
Hello.
Hello, Juan.
Hello.
Yes.
Just 1 minute, please.
Yeah.
I go back home.
That's nice.
Just 1 minute.
You are in the street.
Yes. I was baking home.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm here.
Cool.
Oh. Oh. Hello.
Hello.
I'm here.
How are you? Ah. The signal is just
Il est dans l'ascenseur.
just blocked. No. It just no. It just came in. Came inside, but then switch off. So okay, I try again because you're disconnected. Ah, Juan Gomis, c'est ça?
Ouais. Ça marche plus. Ah, il est là. Hein.
Attends, Juan Gomis, attends, ça vient.
Ouais.
Juan. Attends. L'ancien direct dans un salon, c'est bien ça, hein, on est bien d'accord. C'est bien ici.
Je sais plus, moi.
Ouais, c'est ça. Hâte.
Oui.
Je comprends pourquoi ils ne mettent pas dans l'alphabet directement le truc là, parce qu'il faut toujours aller sur l'autre. Hâte, Juan Gomis, je ne l'ai plus.
G-O-N. Ah ouais.
Pourquoi il me fait là?
Je sais pas. Voilà. Ah.
Juan, I'm here again, trying to connect with you. Juan, can you hear me? Okay, I'm waiting for you, Juan. It was fine in the street, actually, and as soon as you came inside, I lost you. So maybe you should go back in the street. Huh?
Ah, ça marche plus.
Yes, guys, thank you so much for all your great messages, and girls also. Lots of guys and girls from Brazil, from Russia, from the US, from UK, and from everywhere. Basically, it means a lot to me, and I'm so excited to share this new Welcome on the Other Side project with you all. Juan, I lost you. I'm going to try one last time. Ah oui. Puis après, j'ai le...
Fallait lancer l'invitation.
Fallait
lancer l'invitation.
Ah, c'est pour ça. Je suis con, mais c'est pour ça que je ne le fais pas depuis un moment. Non, ça pouvait...
Donc, hâte. Juan il a... Pof, il a...
C'est pour ça que ça marchait pas. Juan, yes.
Hello.
Sorry.
Oh, I was at the street. Now I'm at work. Ooh, what
No
a
problem.
crazy.
This is okay, Juan. Don't worry.
Eh,
How are you?
oh, I'm fine, thanks. I have to give you a great news about Waiting to the Other Side. It was #1 at Amazon Spain this afternoon on
Wow.
vinyl.
Wow.
Yes.
Right.
So I think it's a very good news for you and for all
Yes, very good news.
your fans.
Very nice.
Great news.
Really appreciate
I have the picture, so I can show to you. Give thanks to Mary Lord for all this crazy afternoon with all the fans around the world. I think it's a very good news for every of your fans.
Yeah, I think I thought that it was nice to change not only on being on Facebook. It's a bit abstract. Then even if I cannot talk to everybody, at least this is more direct, is more human, and particularly in terms of in days where we are quite isolated with the pandemic. I thought it was quite nice to do this, and it's something I would like to do more in the future, because of course we have a lot of messages say, yes, but I would like to be part of it, and I'm just keeping and repeating that. Of course, we try to go through the same process next time with different people. But anyway, Juan, I'm really happy to see you, and to say hello to my Spanish friends. It means a lot,
of course.
you know.
I have just one question about Waiting to the Other Side concert.
Yeah.
Why it was so short? I mean, we have used to your 2 hours concert, more or less. I don't know if it's because beer difficulties or about television or about it's because you were alone at stage, because your concert are around 1 hour and a half, 2 hours, and this one was just a short 1 hour.
Yeah.
What is the reason about this?
Yeah, there is a very precise reason. It's a technical one. It was we pushed as much as we could the technique for in VR, because when you are live in VR and with a platform called VR Chat, you are allowed to a certain amount of data, and actually, what we were allowed at 350 meg. And total, which is ridiculous, and then we've been quite clever, and all the team with me, we try to find solution. Actually, not by cutting the signal, but it was invisible during the live performance. And so for each song we had 350 meg per song, but in total it was a real difficult to go over 40 minutes, and then we go to 47. It was really at the moment a maximum of what we could do. Most of the live VR, it's much less. Like Alone Together was 30 minutes more or less. It was less, and of course I would have liked to have it longer, and I'm sure that in the future we could improve this. And we are working with some other platforms also to try to improve this for next time.
Okay, it's perfect. So, and thank you for this connection. Now I have to go home because my wife is going to kill me. I'm so late.
Okay, so say hello to your wife and your family. Say,
it's for a good reason.
Yeah, exactly, for a good reason, and say that I apologize, and say hello to her, and say that next time we try to organize everything differently, and go back home quickly. Okay. Good evening.
Thank you very much, and thank Mary Lord for this crazy afternoon. Okay.
Okay.
And congratulations again for this #1 in Spain.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
It means a lot to me. Thank you. Bye.
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 Alors là maintenant, donc non, je crois qu'il faut appuyer dessus pour qu'il parte. Voilà, il est parti.
D'accord.
Et maintenant, on va enregistrer. Alors.
Tu veux demander à...
Ah oui, Klaus. J'ai plus de batterie. Klaus.
I think that I'm still connected to all of you. So it is finished. The session is finished now because I have to move to somewhere else. It was really great to have to share this moment with you all. Thank you again to all the other friends from different countries. I certainly see lots of fans from Italy, from Iran again, and from lots of different countries. Thank you, and of course I'm really happy about this where to connect with you all in days of the pandemic. It's really it really means a lot to be face to face at least, and not being just in an abstract Facebook Live. So I will continue to connect with you all in this way. I think it's cool, and I really enjoyed it. So thank you very much. Thank you all, and see you next time.
Click the cross, okay.
Do you then get an option to end the live?
Yes, and it said, do you really want to end the video, the direct?
Yes.
And I said, ending now.
Yes.